Jason Benetti is one of the best and most inspiring stories in all of sportscasting. He's risen to the top of his field in baseball, football, and basketball, and he's done it with an amazing backstory. We want to tell it. So we asked Jason to be the main event. Jason, thank you for your time.
Andrew, thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
You do 1,000,000 games. Like, how many games approximately do you do a year?
It's right around 200.
200.
Yeah.
All right. There's only 352 days. So basically almost every weekday you could think of. And obviously there's a lot of weekends, but at least 5 days a week, you're probably calling games.
Yeah, home is a suitcase. But when I think of, like, you had Ian on recently, and I think he probably does like 50 more than that, maybe. I feel like he's, with the NBA and the NFL and all that stuff. I don't know that any of us is comparing numbers, but it's a great life. I enjoy it.
There's a reason why you've gotten to the top of the field. Now, a lot of people do a lot of games, but I do think being on the air a lot really helps you get better and better, and especially when you're doing even bigger games and big spots. So we'll get to that in a moment in your whole story. But first, we're sponsored by WSC Sports. WSC Sports, you no longer need to juggle or pay for multiple tools to complete your content workflows. It all happens in one place. Your league, your team, your network. You should use WSC Sports. You just go to the show notes, click the yellow demo, and tell them Marchand sent you. And the asset management capabilities have been added into the platform out of box for no extra cost for clients old and new. If you want to listen to the whole podcast, andrewmarchand.com, andrewmarchand.com. So Jason Benetti, growing up outside of Chicago, what is shaping you? How is sports playing a function in your life? How does Jason Benetti start becoming what he has become?
I would say sports was a big part of it. I was very fortunate to grow up in the era of the 90s Bulls. And so you could turn on the Bulls game and they would win basically every game, right? 72-10, whatever it might be. And so, I loved them. I loved the White Sox growing up, but I just watched sports all the time. And I grew up right in the middle of the Nintendo boom, right? Nintendo 64, Super Nintendo came out with sports video games that you could do dynasties in, and you could play full seasons, and you could do all that stuff. So I would play video games against my friends and just narrate them. And it's, very shocking that I wasn't prom king considering that. But like, that's where I got my love for sports, is playing sports video games, watching sports. You get to know announcers pretty well. And also, I would say DirecTV kind of had a part of it too, because when I want to say like 10, DirecTV came out. We got it, and you could watch the Orioles on Home Team Sports. You could watch like random Metro.
So was John Miller, Gary Thorne, maybe?
Could have been early Gary Thorne, but like watching MAC games on Empire Sports Network, like all the regional networks just started to come into our homes in Chicago. So you get to know announcers that way. And then I had a high school radio station too, and that kind of drew me to all of this.
Well, yeah, I tell a story. I've told this a number of times on the podcast. When I was a kid, I had a Cal Ripken like streak of watching SportsCenter. And when I did my homework, I never missed a homework assignment, but I also never really tried to learn it fully. So if it was whatever, I think SportsCenter then probably was like 6:37, but I feel like maybe it was 6 then. 6 o'clock, I was doing my math homework. It's going to get done, but it's going to be done by 6. And I wasn't missing SportsCenter. And now my mom says I was preparing for my career. So in a sense, all the Nintendo, all the watching of the Mac and every game you could imagine, you were preparing.
Yeah, I think that's right. And I think I had the same streak for the 7 a.m. SportsCenter. Just in the morning, right? So I'd watch it multiple times. Like if I woke up early before school, I'd watch Keith and Dan over and over. And my parents would be like, why are you watching? You already watched that. Like, why are you doing
It
that?
is true.
It's because they had such chemistry. Like SportsCenter was so great at bringing the chemistry out and the banter and the fun. And so like that was a piece of it too for me, is those morning SportsCenters before school.
If you want to listen to the rest of the podcast, andrewmarchand.com, andrewmarchand.com to upgrade to a paid subscriber. Now we're going to